Okay, so let's take a look at the shop now it's full. It's going to be a little bit different from my last video. I've started putting racking up and some shelving, and as you can see, filling it with stuff. Filing cabinets are all full of stuff. That red trolley was left by the previous owner, which I've got my TIG welder, my plasma cutter and arc welder on. I've just got to make a rack for the gas bottle. Metal roller. My bandsaw. I need to show this table a bit in depth, because I said to someone I would. It's literally just screwed on where the old guide went. Just unscrewed it and screwed that on. That bit of aluminium plate. There's the tea room. And my hydraulic press that I made in a previous video. Storage underneath, jacks, vacuum, positioner. Under here we've got my folder. That's just sort of keeping it clean. I've got racks which I've made and put on the wall. I've still got a load of steel in the barn next door to come in. A lathe. I don't know whether I'm going to keep it there yet or not, but that one's not bolted down yet. A load of old shoes which I was going to chuck out, but I thought I might be able to make something out of. There's a space which I'm not sure what's going to go in there yet. Some more shelves. That stand I made out of scrap that I brought from the old shop. That hydraulic crane, little crane, has been absolutely indispensable for this move. The saw, a bit more space. Then another bench with stuff on. My belt grinder that I made in a previous video, or videos. 8-inch bench grinder. At the back there's a pry marking tool. Toolbox, vise. More storage underneath, antlers, all sorts. Forging tools, spring steel, hammers, cables, extension cables for the 3-phase and the 32 amp single phase. More storage at the back there. Everything's got stuff in, either jigs or tools of some description. My 1942 Abwood surface grinder, which I can actually stand back and look at now in full length. Then we've got jigs on the floor for making park benches, a bucket full of rasps and a few shoes. Belts for my belt sanders, both of them, this 6-inch here and the 2-inch which we've just seen. Hello Ralph. He quite likes it here, when it's quiet anyway, doesn't like the noise much. So then we've got my coal bucket, I can keep my coal in, put some more shelves up, made that tong rack, then my vise, that's bolted down to the floor, nice and sturdy. I haven't finished the fire yet. I've got to put the rheostat up, make a hood and direct it out that wooden hole. That's a job for another day. Got my vise all bolted, anvil all bolted down, swage block. That table is on wheels, which is really handy because I'm doing a job now and I need it here, but I can push it wherever I like, and it fits all the way around the shop. It goes all the way around the table and down to the other end of the shop without hindering anything, so it's going to be really useful. Got my fly press. I've turned that round and put it sideways on the bench. We've got the miracle bender, and this bench here is also on wheels with more stuff under it, so I can move that around the shop as well as and when I need it. Now for this workshop, this is a new addition, this socket. I had this sander, I can't get it off now, or polisher on the other bench, and it was in the way, so I decided to make a socket, because this vise here I actually had bolted to this bench in the old shop. You can see the 3 holes next to it where it was bolted, and it was really useful. Although it's tiny, it's absolutely use it all the time, but sometimes when you want to use the bench it gets in the way, so I thought I'd make that socket. So that's going to be quite useful, because then you can put all sorts of other tools on it if you want to. What else have we got? Let's have a little look round. I had to close the door actually. This normally is open, but when I was doing the welding on here, the wind was blowing in and blowing the gas away, so I was struggling a bit. So no real big issue, just shut the door. Then we got my MIG welder, 300 amp, and that's 110 volt transformer. I bought that this weekend, 40 quid, brand new, from one of our local sort of thrift shops. It's been in there for a while and they've dropped the price, so I bought it. All my gases, my gas axe, and of course my lunch. Important that is. All those boxes down there are full of drills and reamers and all sorts of stuff. I've got more drills on the wall, smaller ones, all sorts of other stuff. Chains on the wall there for lifting. I put up loads of hooks and things for all this stuff. That grinder, I did buy it just for the stand, but it works actually really well. So I mounted it there, or put it there by the drill, because I thought I might want to sharpen drills with it. Where else better to put it? When I picked it up, it was really, really heavy. As this base I thought was hollow is actually 2.5 inch solid steel. It ain't going to fall over in a hurry, that's for sure. So that's just about it really. What else? Oh yeah, thanks to John, I think it is, in Holland, for my ESAB welding jacket. As you can see, I've been using it a lot. The trailer isn't going to stay there, so I'm going to have lots of space there for when I want to do a job in there. Now this is the bad news of the day. The first job of the day was to fix a leak on my compressor. This right hand fitting was leaking, so I took it off, put some sealant round it, put it back on, and it broke the casting. That T-piece with the regulator all attached to it is a nasty monkey metal piece of casting, so it's absolutely knackered. I can't use it, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm really peed off about that. That compressor's been a pain ever since I got it. It's been useless. So I'm not sure how I'm going to carry on. I don't think I can afford a new one, so we'll see if we can try and fix it. In the meantime, let's get on with some work. I'm not really going to talk you through this. You've seen me making these things before, but I just thought I'd show you doing some work, actual paid work, in my new shop, and I must tell you it's lovely. Being able to have room to put stuff, being able to have room to walk round things. Those movable tables, benches, is just so handy. I've got the boxes there of all the bits and pieces. You can't really see, but in the foreground, once they're tacked up, I've stacked them on the bench this side. I've got room to put the handles, whereas before I used to chuck them in my coal bin because there was nowhere else to put them. Once I've welded these up, they'll go on that movable bench, which is, I can, as I say, move wherever I want it. I'm going to pull it around to the side of the bench. There's lots of less moving about, stumbling over things. It's wonderful. I'm really, really enjoying it. I just hope the work will keep coming in and I can pay for it all. My window man has been in touch. He's got some windows for me to do shortly, so that's going to be another little job. Now you can see I've skipped on a bit. Now I've moved that bench round, and I can weld these up, put them on the bench, and once they've been welded up, I can then move the bench over to the grinder, which is the next stage. They've got to go over to the 6-inch belt grinder, so I can just push the whole bench over there with all the pieces on there. There's 50 of them, whereas in my old shop I used to stack them, then I had to try and walk over them to get a few, walk all the way back, all the way, over more stuff to get back to the grinder. Here I'll just be able to reach over, put them on the grinder, put them back on the bench. When they're all done, move the bench back, weld the handles on. Bob's your uncle. Absolutely loving it. Really am. I don't think anything's in its final position yet, or a lot of things probably aren't in their final position yet, but the majority of it is just about done. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll get some some proper videos out once I've earned a few quid to pay for the move. We'll catch you on the next one.